Hola muchachos, welcome to the video. So today we are going to discuss why gymnasts are so freaking jacked. So this video topic is actually covered by a few other fitness YouTubers, but I had to be 100% honest. When I watched their videos, I wasn't too impressed. One thing that really bugged me was the fact that they all lift weights. So it's kind of like me taking advice from a virgin about how to do more horizontal cardio with the muchachas.
She'd be like, "Oh, me so horny, me love you long time." So
what was the titties like, bro?
Yeah, describe her. Yeah.
oh yeah, she had great tits.
Oh, no. But I mean, like, detail, though. Does she have, like, you know them little pink teeny nipples?
Oh, yeah.
Or like the long National Geographic nipples?
Long.
Yeah, they were nice. You know, and like you grab a woman's breast and you feel it and it feels like a bag of sand when you're touching it.
Bag of sand.
Everything they say could be just pure speculation and theory. But on the flip side, I have been using gymnastics training to improve my strength as well as sex appeal for the last 18 months. So I think I know what the hell I'm talking about. So in this video, I'm going to give my point of view about why I think gymnasts have such impressive physiques. So first, we need to go over the fact that not all gymnasts are built the same. In fact, they all specialize in different events, and they are floor, vault, pommel horse, parallel bars, high bar. But when most people are thinking about gymnasts that are freaking jacked and muscular, these are the ones that specialize in the steel rings. Muchachos, the gymnasts that are amazing in this event, their physiques are phenomenal. If you don't believe me, just take a look. Hey! Chineke, Jesus! Incredible. Bodyweight training can already be challenging, but when you do bodyweight movements on the rings, it takes things to a whole nother level. For example, if you're doing dips on the parallel bar, after a while, it gets easy. It becomes a total snooze fest. But when you start to do them on the rings,
No more exceptions for intakes like that.
I beg.
the rings will make any bodyweight movements more challenging because they are unstable. And because of this, your muscles are going to need to contract a lot more, and you're also going to recruit a lot more stabilizer muscles, which is a great recipe for muscle growth. Next reason why gymnasts look so freaking amazing is the fact that they are lean as By the very nature of the sport, a gymnast needs to have very high power and very low weight. This is going to make them a lot more efficient. And having a lot of fat mass is a no bueno because fat is literally dead weight. And another thing very interesting happens when you're very lean. Your muscles tend to pop. For example, here is my 9-month transformation after I started gymnastics training. On the left, I actually weighed 15 pounds heavier. Most people would think I actually gained muscle on the right photo, but that is not the case. I just simply lost fat. So in gymnastics, a leaner athlete is a better athlete. And also in this case, a leaner athlete is a sexier athlete. Next, another thing that makes gymnasts look so damn good is the fact that they train to get stronger. So the gymnast only cares about being the best, and they want to do more difficult moves because there's something called a gymnastic code of points. The more difficult the movement is, usually the higher the points, and also the more muscles that are usually required. So in regular weight training, how you get stronger and increase intensity is simply by adding weight to the bar. But in gymnastics, how they increase the intensity is by increasing the difficulty of the exercise by changing their body leverages. So for example, let's use a regular pull-up. Now, we all know that it's gonna work your biceps and your back, but for a gymnast, man, this is a freaking walk in the park. So if a gymnast is trying to stimulate their back a lot more, they might do something called an ice cream maker. Now, I don't know why the hell they call this an ice cream maker. Maybe because it looks like you're scooping ice cream or something, but believe me, it is way harder than a pull-up. But if this movement is very difficult during training, the gymnast might regress it by bringing the knees close to their chest, hence changing the leverages and making it a lot easier. Next, an amazing tool that gymnasts use to sculpt their incredible physiques is isometrics. So muchachos, our muscles can perform actions in 3 ways. We have concentric, which means lifting the weight, eccentric, which usually means lowering the weight, or isometric, which means applying force against the weight without it moving. We can actually build muscle with all 3 muscle actions, but in regular weightlifting, we mostly focus on the concentric and the eccentric, but in gymnastics, we focus on all 3. So typically, a gymnast will use isometrics as a display of strength, so they tend to be more like strength benchmarks. A good example of this is the iron cross. Now this move is incredibly intense, so most gymnasts cannot perform this right out the gate when they're starting out. So to be able to perform this, they're going to use dynamic movements to build up the strength. So for example, a move they might use is something called a Bulgarian ring dip. This is very similar to a ring dip, but the only difference is they pull the rings away from them at the bottom, which helps them build up the musculature and connective tissue to be able to do the iron cross in the future. Another move they might use is something called an assisted iron cross pull-out. Now this really hits the shoulders, chest, lats, and core, and is a very nice regression to work up to the iron cross. Another very popular display of isometric strength is the planche. When gymnasts will train for this, they might use regress version of this, or they might use something called a pseudo planche push-ups, which you can do on the parallettes. This may look like a regular push-up, but the only difference is you want to have a hollow body and you want to lean forward. The further forward you lean, the more intense the exercise is going to be. And as you get stronger, you'll be able to lean further and further forward, and you'll get to a point where you're able to do full planche push-ups where your feet are totally off the ground. Another way that gymnasts use isometrics to build insane amounts of muscle mass is they use them to unlock more difficult dynamic movements. To illustrate this, we are going to go over to my Instagram page. And by the way, if you're not following me, go ahead and follow me at Tao_Physique. And I'm going to show you guys this move called the 360 pull. This dynamic movement is freaking insane. It is both a pulling and pushing movement at the same time. But you cannot perform this if you don't have basic isometric strength. So before you can even do this move, you need to first be able to do a front lever and a back lever. You're also going to need to build up the mobility and scapular strength by using a regression called the skin the cat. Next up, something that a lot of people do not know that gymnasts use to build incredible muscle mass is weights. Now, for some of you guys, this might be a total shock because you might think that gymnasts just do solely bodyweight training. That is not true. They actually lift weights, but they lift weights for a purpose. They use them for assistance exercises to work up to more difficult gymnastic moves. For example, if a gymnast is trying to develop the strength to perform a Maltese hold, they will usually perform a weighted exercise called the Maltese dumbbell press. Another isometric hold that ranks high in the gymnastic code of points is the inverted cross. To develop the strength to perform this hold, a gymnast might use a weighted variation called an inverted cross raise. So you see, muchachos, it makes perfect sense why gymnasts are so jacked. They train like a typical strength athlete. They use progressive overload and they keep training to get stronger. And we all know this, a stronger muscle will lead a bigger muscle. If you guys would like to learn how to implement some gymnastics training into your current program, I highly suggest you guys download my free workout program in the description box below called Ninja Aesthetics. This program combines both weight training and basic gymnastics training on the rings to help you guys build a nice, sexy, functional physique. Alright muchachos, so that is the video. If you learned something new and you like it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what you doing, man? Go ahead and subscribe. And muchachos, muchachas, always remember this. Always strive to improve, even if it's just a little each and every single day. Kaizen. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!